You know, I have no business even talking about what happened at UC Berkeley this week. But I want to address something. What I saw is completely unacceptable. Say what you want about Milo. Go and protest if you like, because that's how we roll in this country. But rioting, you look like a bunch of fools, and that is not helping your cause at all. I know that people do not like him, but let the man speak. For a campus that started the peace movement, you better hope that this does not continue, because history will label you as the birth of the student riot movement. And trust me when I say this, you do not want that. Now you're probably wondering this week, why am I defending Milo Yiannopoulos? Here's why in a nutshell. I know he said some very questionable things in the past, but here is a man that's from the United Kingdom, that is openly gay, and that's into black guys, blows your main reasons for disliking him out of the water. Now, instead of me talking about what happened for a moment, here is Milo said himself on what happened.
I was due this evening to speak at UC Berkeley about cultural appropriation, a phenomenon on the progressive social justice left where they sort of like to tell you what kind of costumes it's allowed to wear, whether it's racist to wear a kimono, for instance, if you're not Japanese. It's not a subject you would imagine would prompt the kind of violent riots that you're now seeing on every major broadcast network in the United States, and it's not something I expected to happen tonight. But it turns out that the progressive left, the social justice left, the feminist Black Lives Matter, Antifa left, the hard left, which has become so utterly antithetical to free speech in the last few years, is taking a turn post-Trump's election where they simply will not allow any speaker on campus, even somebody as silly and harmless and gay as me, to have their voice heard. They won't allow students to listen to differing points of view. They're absolutely petrified by alternative visions of how the world ought to look, and people with arguments and fact and reason that don't conform to the crazy social justice left vision of the universe. So I was evacuated by my security detail and by the police tonight from UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley, of course, being the home of the free speech movement. It's both ironic and sad that this campus appears to be no friend to free speech anymore. So this event may never have got off the ground. It seems as though the university and police didn't really want it to happen. But the fact that on an American college campus, a place of higher education, a place of learning in America, which I've come to as a visitor from the United Kingdom, where we don't have a First Amendment, hoping that this would be somewhere where you could be, do, and say anything, where you could express your views, express your opinions, crack some jokes, make people think, make people laugh, free from violent responses to political ideas. I thought America was the one place that would be possible. I am, of course, not the racist or the sexist or anything else that the posters that they put up claim that I am. They do that in order to legitimize their own violence against you. But even if I were, even if the things that they said about me were true, there still wouldn't be an appropriate response to ideas. You see, the thing is that the progressive left in America, I've noticed over the last year, has been engaged in this project of conflating ideas with action. And the reason they want to do that, the reason they introduce these words like student safety, like if you're a conservative speaker, you represent a threat to student safety. They do it to blur the lines between ideas and action. Why? To legitimize their own violent responses to somebody else's political opinions. They don't like what I have to say about feminism, for instance, or Black Lives Matter, or the campus wage gap conspiracy, campus rape culture conspiracy, or the wage gap, or any of the other things that I like to investigate with facts, reason, and logic. They don't like responses to that, so they claim that I'm a threat to student safety. Now, universities are complicit in this stuff. They haven't just inculcated the environment in which it springs up, but they actively pander to it, and in some cases even fund it. It seems to me that the alumni who write to me and say they're horrified by the state of their own old schools. And we had an instance actually just this week at, where was it now? at Bucknell, where a very prominent donor to Bucknell, an alumnus, is a Trump supporter, and he started being abused and insulted by Bucknell's current students. Well, these are the guys that keep the places ticking over. So, it's not for me to tell American higher education institutions, American universities and colleges, how to proceed, but something very disturbing happened this evening, and it was an expression of political violence in response to a not particularly conservative gay speaker on an American college campus, a visitor from the UK who had come, to express his views, to speak to students, to start a discussion, a dialogue. Something very disturbing happened.
He's right. The far left, and when I mean far, I mean past the European worker movement left. I know that this is going to sound strange, but I have a theory on what could happen, so hear me out. I'm going to preface it with this. I know that there are no parallels between the two at all. However, this looks like the same trajectory that the Irish Republican Army had, but in reverse, in the cause. How, you may ask? The answer is simple. The IRA wanted to be an independent state, and it led to violence, and it would kill to do it. In the case of the American far left, they want a closed loop, but at the moment is at the riot stage, but moving towards serious violence, and I do mean bombings, and I hope that this does not get that far. Now, the question has been asked by the people, and people have been asking this. Where was the police? And every video I saw, they jumped in to stop what was happening very late, and I got a huge issue with that. This shouldn't have never gotten that far, and I don't give two smags. The protesters would have played the victim if that happened. You let it get to that far. Own up to that. Bottom line. Also, when I saw the video on what went on, and intolerant you are not. I saw when a lady was pepper sprayed after an interview for no reason, and the gentleman that got beat down. Don't you dare tell me that is justified. As an example, the Young Turks tried to indirectly just do that. No, I'm not going to play their video because I guarantee you that in this instance, they are trolling for YouTube to give out hard copyright strikes. So go watch if you want, because it is so pathetic. Take a look at this. This is Mediaite, and I normally don't give them any type of cred, but this clickbait is the reason why crap like this continues. I bring this up because on CNN Thursday night, former Labor Secretary Robert Reich was on Don Lemon's show, and he threw out a rumor of a right-wing plot. Really? I know you work there, but the last time I checked, the University of California, Berkeley is a large campus, and I promise you that the odds everyone that goes there is really low, and I will put my next paycheck to back that statement up. To even allude that is preying on the underinformed, and you know it. Even President Trump said in passage, pull federal funding. I say do not say that. Do that, Just throw them out of school and just pull federal research funds. That would be a major body blow to them. And watch their athletic department fold to student fees their student fees would go to the moon, and transfers don't even apply, and people don't even apply to the school. I'm going to close with this commentary out with a plea. Stop screwing the dead Pooch. People are sick of it. You, Team Blue at large, are in serious trouble, and well-mannered people from all political views will eventually crush you. You will be nothing in the end. You created all this, and playing the victim in all this is not working because people around the world see straight through your BS. Now, I could do a very long video on this, but I suggest you watch Sargon Akkad's video on what happened and what is happening right now. I'm going to get off here before I get very angry and go on a crazy rant, because this totally destroyed what I had planned for this week's show, which was talking about what's going on in Trump's cabinet. Well, folks, that is it. I apologize. Now, what I was trying to say at the end was people at UC Berkeley was going to transfer out if they pull research funding, and people would stop applying there because of that reason. That was the correction I want to make. I got tongue-tied, I got angry, and I apologize. Well, folks, that is it for this week's commentary. I thank you for watching, and always, always, always be careful, and remember, fear the root.